burn. Who wants to light my fire? Oh, Mike, I'm so glad you decided to... I am sorry.
We're having a business meeting, Reva.
There's nothing that can't wait. Stay.
Well, you know, Peggy wasn't outside at the desk, and I did want to strike while the iron was hot, so to speak, and I am rambling. Here I go. I just want to give some money to the foundation. I don't know, host a tennis match or a dinner dance.
That is a lovely idea, Reva. Why don't you set up an appointment with Peggy? We'll discuss it later.
Good. I don't know anything about tennis anyway. Who are you?
Oh, Reva, I don't believe you know Maeve Stoddard.
Oh, my goodness. I thought you looked familiar.
Really?
Yes, I have seen your face on hundreds of magazine covers, but I never expected to see you right here in Springfield. It's a pleasure to meet you, Reva.
Maeve has come to our fair city to donate a vast endowment to the Spaulding Foundation.
India, Maeve hasn't committed anything yet.
But once she hears everything the foundation has to offer, I'm sure she'll commit to us. Now, if we could get back to business.
Oh, I'll come back later.
Do.
Oh, no, wait, don't be silly. Maeve, you don't mind if I step out in the hall for a minute, do you?
No, not at all.
Fine, please.
Phillip, the presentation.
It's all yours.
It was very nice to see you in the flesh. I'm sure we'll bump into each other again sometime.
Just be a minute. Thanks.
I can't apologize enough for that intrusion. Reva Lewis is just one of those people who won't go away. And as for her having money to burn, well, you know how the nouveau riche are. Anyway, please, don't let her intrusion influence your decision to make the endowment.
Of course not. As a matter of fact, she seemed quite sincere. Tell me more about her.
Reva's currently married to H.B. Lewis. Made his fortune in oil. Oklahoma, I think.
Yes, I've heard of H.B. Lewis.
You're bound to have heard something about Reva sooner or later. Well, she's married to H.B. now, but prior to that, she was married to his son, Billy. And prior to that, she was engaged to his brother, Joshua.
Oh, my.
Talking about Reva Lewis is such a waste of your valuable time.
On the contrary, she sounds quite fascinating. She seems to be irresistible to men.
I beg your pardon.
Let's be honest, India. She must be doing something right.
Yes. Well, I've been thinking of having an art auction as a charity fundraiser. If you stay in town for a while, I'd love your input. Your reputation as an art collector has preceded you.
You flatter me. Although, it would give me more time to think about the endowment.
Wonderful. And if you do decide to stay, I would love you to be honorary auctioneer.
Philip, please go back in there to that meeting. I've got to go home anyway. HB's expected back into town tonight, and I haven't even thought about any supper.
Reva, I'm glad to see you. I mean, we haven't had any time to talk at all.
What a fool I was bursting in that room like that, like a wild woman or something, especially in front of Maeve Stoddard.
Come on, who cares? What's she to you anyway?
About as opposite as you can get. Her blood is bluer than ink, and mine... Oh, my mama washed floors, and my daddy passed out on them.
Reva?
No, it's true. But I have come a long way since those days. I have. But I still can't hold a candle to the Maeve Stoddards of the world.
Oh, come on. You don't have to. You're fine just the way you are.
No, if there's something I've learned lately, is I've got to stop worrying about my own problems and start thinking about other people and their problems.
Yeah, I know just what you mean. I've been so much happier now that I'm here at the foundation. Everybody thinks that India runs the show, and, well, she will as long as I let her. But, I mean, she's into the power, and I like the good that it does.
That's what I want. I want to feel good again. I do. I want to feel as if I've made a difference. I am Mrs. H.B. Lewis of Lewis Oil. And if that means writing checks and sitting on some committee, then that's what it means. Especially if I know that it's going to do some good for somebody somewhere. Then I'm all for it.
And you think by giving money away that's going to happen?
Well, it couldn't hurt. It's not like I don't have the money, because I do. It's HB's, of course, but it's exactly the kind of thing I know he'd want me to be involved in. So what do you say?
I say that you can give me every single penny you've got, And you are still going to be just as bored as Mrs. H.B. Lewis as you are right now.
Yes, please. I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner. Everyone knows your reputation as an art connoisseur. You're the perfect person.
Thank you. But I really must make a decision about the endowment very soon. I have appointments in Atlanta and Los Angeles, and I really can't cancel them.
Postpone them. Please, stay in Springfield. On the surface, it looks like a very sedate little town, but you'd be amazed how exciting our cultural scene really is.
India, you are a very persuasive person.
I could introduce you to all the right people. Our kind of people. I could show you how the foundation works. And once you see that, I know you'll cancel your appointments.
It would give me more time to think.
Please, say yes. I already have galleries from across the country, not to mention individual collectors donating their works.
You do, really? Anyone I know?
Here's the list.
Very impressive.
And there's one name missing. Kyle Sampson. I understand his collection of paintings and sculptures are wonderful. Have you ever seen them?
Yes, I was once at a limited viewing. Mr. Sampson's tastes run to the eclectic. Some would even say bizarre. Mr. Sampson paints... I imagine one of his originals would command quite a handsome price, wouldn't it?
Damn.
Bored. I've got more to do than I can handle.
That is a lie, Reva Shane. There's no way that H.B. Lewis, fine man that he is, can be any kind of a challenge to you. Reva, the truth is that you are a live wire tied down in a sedate marriage.
Oh, give me a break. You have been married to India too long. You're getting suspicious. HB and I have a good marriage. It's just that I want to do more. I mean, I'm Mrs. Harlan B. Lewis, and it's about time I started taking advantage of that.
I don't think boredom would be your problem if you were married to Kyle Sampson.
Oh, forget it. Just forget it.
Reva, it is Kyle, isn't it?
No. This has nothing to do with him.
Reva, I saw the way that the two of you looked at each other when you danced together at the charity ball. I mean, it was obvious what was going on. Not just to me, but to everybody.
Whatever was going on then is over now, believe me. Now, do you want my money or don't you?
Yeah, the foundation can always use money and assistance in charity matters. Reva, I would always accept your help. I'm just concerned about your motives, that's all.
You are so unlike your daddy, and that is a compliment. And you're a much better dancer than he is, too.
Well, thank you. I'm flattered you remember.
How could I forget? Wonk. You were great. We had a good time that night. Yeah, we did.
Thanks.
Seems we always have a good time.
How could any man in his right mind not have a good time with you? Are you kidding?
Yeah. Not our problems, but we're lucky people, too. There's a lot of people out there who aren't so lucky, though, and I just want to give them some hope. Lord knows that's what I survived on all these years.
You really mean that, don't you?
Yeah, honey, I do. Boy, if I didn't know that things were eventually going to work themselves out, this whole girl would have packed it in a long time ago.
Reva, are you happy?
Yeah, I think I am.
You deserve to be. I mean, you deserve to be the happiest woman on earth. I mean, you've got so much life inside you, so much love. I just hate to see it, I don't know, I hate to see it go to waste on writing checks for charitable events and boring tea parties. You can do so much good just being who you are.
You know something? You're right.
I know I am.
It's been a long time since the real Reva Shane stood up.
Well, you tell me, I know.
You're smart for a guy who was just a teenager last week.
Hey, Mike.
And of course, if you did decide to entrust your endowment to our foundation, we would offer you a seat on the board.
That's a very attractive offer.
Wonderful. I'll have Peggy draw up the papers immediately.
But, India, I have not yet decided what to do with the money.
Oh.
Don't be disappointed. It's just that it is a very vast sum, and I wouldn't want to make a mistake.
I understand.
I know you do. We're from very similar backgrounds, India. A lot of people don't understand what that entails. They're afraid of us somehow. Perhaps because we're survivors.
Or maybe because we close the door before we cry.
You're very lucky to have found a man like Phillip. I envy you.
It hasn't been easy, but it's been worth it. And who knows, Miss Stoddard, if you did decide to stay in Springfield, maybe you'd meet the man of your dreams.
Honorary auctioneer, a seat on the board, and the man of my dreams.
Okay.
Sounds wonderful.
If I can persuade you on any of those counts, please agree to be my dinner guest at the country club Friday night. I'd love to throw a fete in your honor. Who knows? Maybe Mr. Wright will be there.
Thank you. I would be honored. Till then.
I look forward to it.
And by the way, will H.B. Lewis be there? I've heard of him for so many years. I'd love to meet him.
Certainly, if you'd like H.B. to be there, I'll invite him. But you do realize that undoubtedly Reva will be there also.
Yes, of course. She is his wife.
Of course.
Let's not bring that up, okay?
Oops. Here I go again. That's twice today already. Phillip and I actually were just...
Reva, I am more than happy to talk to you now about business.
Too bad. He already took care of it. I'm terribly sorry. I do have to go home, though. I really do. HB's going to be home before I know it, really, and I haven't even thought about dinner yet. But I'll be sure to put a check in the mail for you.
Okay, do.
Big one. You take care. You be sure to take care of Miss Stoddard now, won't you?
I promise.
Goodbye, Reva.
You know where to get me if you need to call.
Well, darling, Maeve has agreed to be our dinner guest Friday night at the country club.
Really?
And I suspect she will be our honorary auctioneer at the fundraiser.
That's wonderful. And I hope the endowment won't be too far behind.
I'll let you know the moment I decide.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your candor, Miss Stoddard. Thank you.
I appreciate your interest. India's made me feel quite at home here.
I try.
We'll see you Friday evening.
Good. Here, let me show you out. Thank you, ma'am.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Philip,
Yes.
what does Reva really want?
It's all here.
Really want it?
I don't know. She seemed at loose ends, like, you know, she doesn't know what to do with herself. I think she's having problems with HB.
Oh, so she came to you.
Well, no, she came to us to offer us her money and her help, and I thought it was kind of a nice gesture. I mean, even though it was for all the wrong reasons.
Well, I'm sure you'll clear that all up. After all, we don't have time to be counting Reva's pennies when we are so close to having Maeve Stoddard's fortune.
India, I never heard Maeve once give us a dollar amount. I mean, I think you're assuming that
It's in the millions. I'm sure of it.
India, Reva's offer was just as sincere as Maeve's. I think maybe even more so. And hey, instead of criticizing her, why don't you enlist her help? I mean, she's got a lot of time on her hands. I got a great idea. Why don't you offer Reva, like, something to do here at the foundation?
Because it's not my job to babysit Reva Lewis, Philip. If she's got so much free time on her hands, well, she can join a bridge club. Or she can spend more time with HB. Or she can have a baby. Hmm? That would take up some time, wouldn't it?
I don't think having a baby is going to solve Reva's problems.
You're probably right. Okay. If the opportunity presents itself Friday night at the country club, I promise I'll talk to Reva about helping out here at the foundation.
Thank you. Very much. And good luck with Maeve. poor woman doesn't stand a chance with you. And as far as her endowment, well, I think it's ours.
Thank you, darling. But I still have quite a bit of work to do between now and Friday.
You really thrive on this. I mean, you really love it, don't you?
It's in my blood. I told you. Ray Stoddard is going to give us that endowment, Philip. Because I will make her an offer she can't refuse. And when we get that money, other benefactors are going to sit up and take notice of the coup that Philip Spaulding brought off. This is just the beginning, darling. I promise you.
We thought you could help us.
How can I?
A couple of hours or every other week or so.
I'm serious. There are a number of things we have to keep on top of. Mary Stoddard, for example, we're so close to hooking her.
Hooking her? Sounds kind of gruesome, don't you think?
All is fair in love and funding. Oh, there's a small fortune there, Philip. And there's more where that came from.
Funny. I thought we were rather well endowed as it is.
One can never have enough of a good thing.
Never.
Exactly. That's why we have to pull out all the stops while Maeve is still in town.
Yeah, well, you know what you're talking about.
Well, the dinner party tonight is part of the plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to get her more involved with the foundation. Philip, if she agrees to be honorary auctioneer, we'll have her on the inside track.
No. Enough, please.
But we have to talk.
I'm not interested in talking. I'm not interested in Maeve. I'm not interested in money. I'm not interested in auctioneering.
What are you interested in?
Darling, you haven't been paying attention. I'm interested in having a good time. That's all.
A good time.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
Who else?
What about Reva Lewis? Claire would murder Charlotte. Could he?
All right, let's try again. Take it from the top. How many more times do we have to go through
Ed,
this?
sit down.
No, I am not going to sit down. This is ridiculous. I did not kill Charlotte Wheaton. Neither did Dr. Ramsey. That's
Reva.
I am not.
Your lips say no, but that look in your eyes says yes.
Stop it. It is not true.
Huh? And why did you bring her up then?
Because I was curious as to why you were so attentive to her lately.
Oh, that's easy. Reva's fun.
I'm not?
There is no one that knows how to have more fun in more ways than you, my dear wife. When you want to.
Oh, we're back to the work schedule.
Well, if the desk fits.
Philip, we have a responsibility to the foundation.
I know we do, India. But the point is, we can't give our lives and souls to it. I mean, we can hire people to take care of it for us, you know.
Perhaps. Well, in time. Who knows? Maybe you'll even get to be interested in it personally. And if we're working together, Philip Spaulding will have Springfield by its...
Don't hold your breath. I mean, I do have a lot of free time I have to fill.
I know that. But do you have to do it spending your time running around town with a married woman?
Yeah. Just because Reva's married doesn't mean that she has to give up socializing.
Socializing. That's what you call stomping on tables at the Blue Orchid.
I had a great time that evening. I want to tell you, Reva is terrific. There is no one who knows how to take a boring social event and make it the wildest party of the season. Oh, which reminds me, I'd really like it if Reva were...
Invited to dinner tonight.
Yeah. You'd be glad you did. I mean, she'll liven things up.
I'm sure.
India, I know that Reva's not your cup of tea, but she's been a good friend to me, and she's been through some rough times lately. Look, it'll do her good to get out.
But Philip, don't you think Reva's more apt for a down-home party or a barbecue or something?
Well, maybe, but I think I might not go tonight unless she's invited.
For heaven's sake, she's been invited already.
Really?
Of course.
Then why are you playing so hard-nosed about her? You're just pulling my leg, aren't you?
Reva's not the only one who can show you a good time.
Well, now we're all gonna have a good time.
I'm sure we will.
You little devil, you. Promise.
Damn it, Reva. You better stay away from my